for this assessment so you guys are aware of what this is doing as an internal. Like I said earlier, this internal is very much portfolio based. So you guys are going to have a couple weeks to actually put this all together to show all the different steps of what you're creating. So you're going to be doing onion slide, paramecium, and a leaf tear. Now, to help you guys out so that way you guys are mindful of everything you need to do, is we have our instruction sheet, which everyone should have one of these. On these instruction sheets, remember this only goes up to the merit level. So the first box here is me ticking off if you've gotten an achieve. The second box here is me ticking off if you've gotten to the merit. Are we good with that so far?
Yes.
All right. On the back side is more detail on what exactly I'm looking for the achieve and the merit. So for the achieved, one of the things you need to do is you need to make a slide, and you're going to make a slide for your onion, your paramecium, and for your leaf tear. So if we're looking at the achieved and merit requirements, for your slide, I'm looking to see if it's clean. I'm making sure that you have a cover slip on there. For an achieved, you have a few air bubbles, and for merit, you have no air bubbles. For an achieved, I'm making sure you have liquid. But if you are aiming for the merit, you should have the right amount of liquid. And then for the last bit, I'm looking for your staining. Is it too light or too dark? If it's too dark, it's achieved. If you do have the correct staining, then it is a merit. So that's kind of what I'm looking for when it comes to the slide. The other thing you guys are going to be doing today is taking a photograph of your slide as well. So that way I can print it off and you guys can start doing the drawing in the next lesson. Are we okay with that so far? Yes? Okay. So, in order for me to keep track of your evidence, I have a master copy that I'm going to have with everybody's name on there. And I am ticking off for slide number 1, is it clean? Is it no bubbles? Is it the right level of darkness? That sort of thing. So what this means is that whenever you guys make a slide, you need to show it to me so I can tick it off and let you know it's an achieved slide, it's a merit slide, it's a non-achieved slide. So, and you guys are allowed to remake the slides if they're not at the right level. You do need to get all 3 of the slides and write-ups to the same level for the merit. So if you want merit, all of them have to be merit. Are you okay so far? We good? Okay. So I'm just making sure that you guys are aware you need to show me your slides before you clean up and throw them away. So we are doing onion slides today. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking a piece of onion and you're going to be putting it on a cover, on a slide. And we're going to be staining it with iodine and then putting a cover slip on top of it. So what I suggest you guys do when you're doing this is you probably put about 2 drops of iodine onto your slide so that way you have somewhere for your onion slide to stick. Are you okay with that so far? All right, when it comes to the onion, you want the bottom side of it, not the upper kind of shiny side, and you're going to be peeling off the layer of the onion. Now this is going to be really hard if you don't have nails like me, so if you want you can use tweezers to help get it started. But when you peel it off, here we go, got it going. You want to directly transfer it from your peel straight down into your slide. And you don't want it to crinkle, because if it crinkles, then you're not going to get a good onion slide. So that's that so far. I've gotten it on there. Hopefully I've gotten rid of any air bubbles. Things like that. Are we okay? All right, next thing we're going to do is we're probably going to put about another 1 or 2 drops on top to make sure that I have enough liquid. And at this point, I'm going to put down my cover slip. Now with the cover slip, it's a very thin piece of plastic, or not plastic, of glass. So be careful because you might break it. It's okay if you break it. I expect the cover slips to break at some point because they are very fine. When it comes to putting it onto the slide, what I do is you put it at like a 45 or so degree angle, and you're going to use the scalpel to help you lower it on top of your slide So that way you can avoid getting bubbles. Now I've done a really poor job at it because now I can see there's quite massive air bubbles in there. So obviously do better than me. You are allowed to make multiple slides if you have any issues. Are you okay with that so far? What do I need to repeat? Okay, so put the cover slip down slowly. It's worthwhile putting it at a 45-degree angle and slowly lowering it with the scalpel. So that way it goes on top of your onion. Now we want to make sure that we have a good onion slide, and right now I have made a very bad onion slide because there's big bubbles in there. Big bubbles. Not okay. So what I would do is I'd probably remake this if I was you. Because it'd probably be, I would look at it and go, that's not achieved. That's not achieved. There's bubbles. Are we okay with that so far? Yep. All right. If this was actually a good slide, I'd be putting it under the microscope and I would be trying to focus it. And, oh, before you do that, make sure you have enough liquid on there. So you should be able to move the cover slip, but not so much that it's drowning and it's dripping off. So I have the right amount of liquid, luckily, but I haven't lowered it very well. Are we okay with that so far? Maybe. Well, you guys gotta try it. All right, so what we'll do is we will have 2 stations with onions for you guys to grab them, and also the iodine and the equipment. When it comes to clean up, I'm going to set up 2 stations as well. I'll put them probably here so you guys have plenty of space. There's going to be a couple of ice cream containers. First off, when it comes to clean up, I want you to remove the cover slip and put them into their own beaker, because I will wash these. Then I want you guys to rinse off the slide. There's going to be a rinse for the dirty, then there's going to be a rinse for the soapy, and then a clean rinse as your final rinse, and then you can lay it to dry. Cool. Or you can reuse it if you're reusing it. Are there any questions? No? Okay, so I'll set up the onions, and I'll also set up the cleaning station so you guys are ready to go. And once you have a slide made, come up to me so I can see it, and I can mark it at your different levels. So this period, you need to get a photograph done. I should also add that on Google Classroom, let me just show you guys where that is. I have created a document so that way I can print off all your pictures. So let me show you that one. So there's a Google Doc here that everyone should have the editing access to. So you're going to need to email your photographs that you take today to yourself. Hopefully this loads. What you are looking for in these photographs is you're looking for a cell that looks nice and tidy with no issues, that you can draw very easily. And you have to put a circle around what you're going to be magnifying and drawing. So this is my cell that I'm planning to draw, and then everything else that goes into my drawing are the things that are touching that cell. And I need to make sure I have all the cell that is touching the cell. So I don't want anything that I can't see off the edge of the microscope. Does that make sense to everybody so far? All right, and then what you're going to do after you have that circled is you're going to enlarge it, and this is what I'm going to be printing off for you guys to use tomorrow. So tomorrow you're going to be able to do your drawings. I won't be here tomorrow, but Ms. Quigley will take over the class, and she will be able to help you with the drawings and the next step of the assessment. So make sure that you are taking the photographs. I do have a spare cell phone here if you guys don't have a cell phone to take the photograph. Circle the area that you're planning to blow up, and then crop the image that was the full A4. And again, make sure you have that circle of what you're going to be drawing. So you should have a center cell and all the cells touching it, and you should be able to see the whole cell. Cool? All right, I'm going to let you guys hop to it. Each person has their own space, so just look for your name and insert the 2 images. And I'm just going to print the one that's for the drawing. Cool? All right, hop to it.